I have to acknowledge what these guys on the floor just did today first. I thought what we saw today is a part of who we want to become with this organization and with this team. We could have easily kind of fallen apart there the last few minutes, but these guys hung together and figured out a way to win this game, and showed a lot of the qualities in players that when you come play for the Knicks, that's what we're going to expect from you. And I'm proud of these guys today. Now, to your question. I know you'll edit that out anyway, what I just said. But no, I mean, it's exciting to hear that it's still possible and that at least it's closer to being real. But I've been around a long time, and so until it's done and it's real, you know, we can't assume that it's a definite thing. But it seems like, at least in the last few hours, it's gotten closer to sounding like, you know, Carmelo will be rejoining our team, and that's obviously great news. You know, Phil and Steve will know more than me in terms of the timing and if it's going to happen really soon. But I'm definitely encouraged by what I'm hearing. It sounds a lot more positive.
You haven't spoken with Carmelo yet in the last 24 hours?
No, I haven't. I'd heard that he was with family, spending time with family, and so I hadn't talked to him directly in the last few days. Like I said yesterday, you know, we had spoken at some of the face-to-face meetings. We've communicated via text message at times, but I haven't spoken to him recently.
How nerve-wracking has this whole thing been? Are you more relieved now?
Well, no, I'm not relieved because I don't think it's done yet. So it sounds like it could be done soon, but you know, for me, it's not, you know, which, you know, one of the things we're messaging with these players here at Summer League is that we can only focus on the things we can control. And so that's what I've tried my best to do, is obviously hear the reports. I'm talking to Phil and Steve about the process of things and negotiations, etc. But I can only control trying to coach the players in this Summer League and not really allow it to, you know, stress me out, so to speak. But this is definitely encouraging to hear where it's possibly going, and hopefully soon. Maybe a little bit, but I think the pressure of being 1-0, you know, had me feeling a little bit differently on the sidelines today. But no, you know, there's no question that as time goes, I'll get more and more comfortable with the decision that I need to make to help the players be successful. That's basically my job and our coaching staff's job. We won't have all the answers. We won't always do everything perfectly, but we're going to just try our best to put the players in position to be successful and do what they do best. And, you know, today they made us look good again by the way they finished the game strongly, and everybody contributed. And it's just good to see in this type of setting.
Derek, what's your interaction with Phil in terms of the coaching part of it? Are you guys talking about game situations every day, or is it more, you know, overlooking the entire process? How does that work?
No, our communication on the basketball stuff has just kind of been organic. You know, Phil's been at some practices, and there are things that we talk about on the sideline, maybe during practice. You know, he's joined us on the court a couple times during practice. And other than that, we don't force it. You know, one thing about Phil that I've known for a long time, especially playing for him, is that he's not a micromanager. So I knew taking this job that it wasn't going to be a situation where he was going to constantly be pulling my strings. He's confident in my ability to try and lead this team. At the same time, what better resource for a new coach to have than one of the best coaches to ever do it, you know, right over your shoulder, talking to you and giving you advice along the way.
Agrees and it's official. Would you want to come to Las Vegas? Has that been talked about?
No, that'll be more so, I think, management in terms of how they decide to announce it. I don't know if there's going to be a press conference or not if it happens. So that'll be more on them. Obviously, I'd love to speak with them and see them as soon as possible once it's done, if it's done soon. But you know, we have a long time. It's still mid-July. And so if it's done soon, we'll have plenty of time to start preparing ourselves for the season.
Have you figured out how you best use him?
No, I'd say no. I mean, I've obviously thought about, you know, how to utilize him in the system, but how to best utilize him you know, that'll be something that happens along the way, I think. I don't know if that can be predetermined. It depends on who's on the floor, the lineups, how our roster looks, you know, when the season starts. So those will be the things that will really factor into how to utilize not just Carmelo possibly the best, but all of our guys. So that'll be something our coaches will spend the next few months trying to figure out, you know, as training camp approaches.